Dokkan battle video. Today we're gonna go and take a look at this guy right here, EZA God Vegeta. Now this guy is very, I guess, I mean, I don't know if I want to call him controversial now, because he definitely is underwhelming compared to the amazing power and strength of the Tech God Goku. One of the best units in the game, one of the best EZAs in the game, perfect, honestly, in like nearly every way. God Vegeta has got some definite flaws here. Number one, he only has a high chance to guard, when really how good he is going to determine a lot on that high chance to guard to proc. Number two, he has this ability right here. This is going to be, I think, the actual major issue for this guy. He gets an additional 77% attack for 3 turns after receiving an attack. And he gets 150% attack even to the start of the turn anyway. When he has that buff up, this Vegeta is going to be really impressive, I think. But the problem is that they only gave it to him for 3 turns. So it's going to be deactivating and activating all the time. It's just going to lead to a lot of, I think, sort of inconsistency for this unit, which is unfortunate. If we can compare him directly to a unit that literally just came out, Tech EZA Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, he has a sort of similar type buff when that Gogeta does super attacks, but his lasts for 5 turns, which is good, whereas this Vegeta is only lasting for 3 turns, so it becomes an issue. So let's go and take a look at him here. We got him a full level 10 links, good equips, all that shit. Alright, so we're in the, it's turn 5. Every single time I go, oh, I haven't done the Beerus event in a while, I always immediately regret it, because he always seals, Whis always seals the showcase unit, right? But let's go and see what God Vegeta will look like right here. This is a good turn for him. We have everything activated except for Godly Power and Over in a Flash are the 2 links we do not have activated right here. See how much damage he does. I believe his passive is active. I believe he has been hit, right? I think. But his defense is a little low. Only 142k? Maybe he hasn't been hit. I mean, I'll definitely be able to see with what his attack stat looks like. So he's at 3.31. I don't think he hasn't been hit yet. Okay. So this is God Vegeta without being hit, for sure. That attack stat is too low, right? Vegeta does also greatly stack attack, by the way. So as he's super attacking, we are going to see him pick up a lot of damage. I think he actually will look quite impressive damage-wise once you start getting deep into events, and he's just really cooking with the amount of damage he can do. I feel like he potentially could be very good, right? Like, if we go into, like, the Super Saiyan 3 Broly event or something like that, or we let God Vegeta just stack up for a while, I think he'll be able to get up to some good attack stats, right? Because he's not just stacking attack, but greatly stacking attack. Although, honestly, I feel like what they should have done with this Vegeta, he already did greatly stack attack prior to his EZA. Dude, fuck it. They should have just let him greatly stack attack and defense. I can't think of another character besides Tech Ultimate Gohan that greatly stacks both, but could you imagine how good God Vegeta would be if he greatly stacked defense and had that chance to guard? He'd be so crazy. Okay, so here we are at 162k. We're not going to get an opportunity. Wow, this is a pretty bad turn. This is why I'm not a big fan of AGL West Kai. But people always ask why I don't use AGL West Kai. Oh, she's a great support type unit. Well, this is why, because she doesn't give ki, right? Like, if she was giving ki, that would help this rotation out a lot. This is just pretty awful. I'm actually just going to use a shoe item right here, because I would like God Vegeta to get a little bit of an extra buff. We have everything active here except for Over in a Flash. Let's go ahead and see how much damage he does. He's at 162k defense. But keep in mind, after he gets hit and that 3-turn buff applies, both his attack and defense will go up, but, you know, we're not getting an opportunity for him to get hit, unfortunately. Alright, so this was God Vegeta basically without that second buff. Let's do another event. We'll hop on some team. We're starting out on Realm of Gods here, so run a double 160% lead. Maybe we'll go to, like, Pure Saiyans or something like that. And we'll sort of see what God Vegeta is going to look like. You know, he, of course, is going to be really good, a lot better, when he's next to other Realm of Gods characters, right? You know, you want to activate shit like Godly Power, Warrior Gods, right? Like, those are big attack lanes, right? All right, now we're over here on the, well, I was going to say 200% leader skill. I mean, we're on the new 7th anniversary team, Beyond Super Saiyan / movie hero, but we're not actually getting access to the 200% leader skill, right? God Vegeta, of course, does not use the Kamehameha, and he's not on the Kamehameha team. This, I mean, here's, again, what can be an issue for God Vegeta. I mean, we're not going to be able to activate our passive right here because look at the attacks. So that's kind of an unfortunate aspect. This is going to be God Vegeta with 6 out of 7. So, I mean, this is a good turn for him. You know, we will stack up for him a little bit here, but this, again, I feel like this is a good display of God Vegeta and what I consider his major issue. He does, again, have the 50% chance to guard, sure, but I mean, you really are at the mercy of where the enemies are hitting. I mean, if you're in, like, the Ultimate Red Zone or something, they're hitting 70 times in every slot. It's probably not going to be an issue. But that buff is still going to wear off really rather quickly, right? So that's, I think, the main issue with this guy. Like, look at the huge gap between him and God Goku on this turn right here. Like, he's way below the damage God Goku is doing. Except this guy's got a 50% chance to get killed, right? Whereas God Goku is, you know, defensively crushing it. He's invincible, right? So, like, that's... And God Goku's Rainbow Orb changing, and he's got a better link set, right? It's just very unfair, I feel, to God Vegeta, because God Vegeta's cool. I feel like God Vegeta... I would have had no problem with God Vegeta being way better than the God Goku, especially because God Vegeta, to me, is way less likely to get, like, another main unit. He's going to, but, you know, not... Like, Goku could get, like, a Dokkan Fest from, like, Battle of Gods, right? Whereas God Vegeta has 2 fights. Goku Black in the manga, and then Broly in the Broly movie. That's it. So, you know, it's like, whereas God Goku, you know, Goku uses God mode a lot. So, I mean, hey, if they want to drop a Dokkan Fest God Vegeta, that's fine. You know, hey, feel free. You know, that's totally okay. I might cut here in a second. And I might, like, let God Vegeta sort of stack up for a little bit. We'll see how he's going to fare. I think I might do a video just specifically on him in one of these difficult events. Probably Ultimate Red Zone, just to see, does he suck ass? Can he hold his own? I'm not completely sure. I feel like it's really just like, if he gets the guard, you're in a good spot. But if he doesn't get the guard, you're in big trouble, right? I mean, because Tech God Goku, you know, I see him a lot of times at, like, 200k defense at the start of turn. And then he's got his, you know, 30% defensive buff he gets on super attack effect. Whereas, like, God Vegeta's defense is usually much lower than that. Dude, I can't get his buff again. Like, it's comical. Like, I actually just cannot get hit with this God Vegeta now all of a sudden. Like, it's crazy. Him and God Goku link up very well, of course. Let's do this right here. We will finally be able to get our buff here. And then I'll go ahead and come back. We'll come back on turn 6 where he's actually got his buff. And we can see the damage that this guy's going to be able to do once he gets his passive up. Because I really... What's most important to me is what his defense is going to look like. Because his damage is going to continue to go up and up and up and up and up anyway. But I really want to see what his defense is going to look like after he does get hit. All right. Double supering is good again. He's greatly stacking attack. You know, now that he's had a couple of super attacks, his next turn, I mean, we are going to see him at like a 6+ million attack set next turn. Definitely keep that in mind, right? Like, his damage is going to go quick. We noticed the arrow was pointed down, so his guard was activated right there. I mean, honestly, you can go into the movie Ultimate Red Zone stages. This rotation will crush a lot of the time. God Goku's invincible, and you have a 50% chance that God Vegeta will also nearly be invincible. And, you know, they're sharing 6 out of 7 links. They're doing good damage. God Vegeta will rack it up. So, like, that's the thing. These characters came out in 2018, but they are legitimately good options right now, right? So, like, that's one thing I do really like, is, you know, these EZA characters are legitimate options in far and away the most difficult content in the game right now, right? In the Ultimate Red Zone. So, and, you know, both these characters, God Vegeta and God Goku, they came out in 2018, right? And then, you know, Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Omega Shenron, they came out in 2017. So that's why I'm always pleading. I should do a video called never re-roll unless you want to be a Dumbo. Or, unless you want to be a dummy, never re-roll. Because it's like, the way this game is building all these, like, missions and stuff like that, like, you need to have all these teams. Like, yeah, you could re-roll and you get the shiny new LR, it's definitely, oh, so crazy, so hype, but that's all you've got, right? So I just, you could take advantage of all the free shit they give out, all the EZAs and stuff like that. You just gotta be patient. Alright, so let's see what damage God Vegeta gets right here. Oh, wow, okay, well, huh. His defense is at 273. That's insane. Because he guards. If he, dude, with 273k defense and guard, like, he, even in the Ultimate Red Zone where, those are the toughest bosses in the game, he's going to hold up. The problem is you don't know if you've got guard or not. That's the issue. I think at the very least, they could dramatically help these chance to guard characters if there was a symbol that would just simply let you know if they're guarding or not. If you could at least know if Vegeta is guarding, that would make him better. Because as of right now, it's like we're just gambling. Like, pretend we're fighting Android 13, right, who's AGL in the Ultimate Red Zone. Like, there's, like, okay, I'm going to put Vegeta in slot 1. If the coin flip doesn't go our way, we're dead, right? Like, and it's like, oh, God Vegeta has a 70% chance to stun the attacked enemy if there's a movie boss or pure Saiyan category enemy. It's such a great ability. Oh, well, no, it's not, because it only works in Super Battle Road. And even in there, it's not that crazy because it's a one-turn stun. They've done this with a couple of Vegetas. There's that other Vegeta. Can I pull him up real fast? This other Vegeta got his EZA recently, and he also sucks ass because his stun is only for one turn. Where is he? He doesn't have Prodigies. I actually want to pull him up real fast. He will have Super Saiyan, so let me just go all the way down here. Where is that physical Super Saiyan Vegeta? Because he got his EZA, and they gave him that exact kind of stun that only lasts for this guy. That only lasts for one turn, right? Like, those stuns from passives, the problem with them is that they are just for that turn, right? So it's like, here's what you need. In order for that to be good, you have to have God Vegeta basically in slot 1, so his guard has to proc. Then he has to proc the stun as well, and then the attacks have to be, like, at the end of the rotation, and it'll be useful. It's a terrible ability. Whereas, like, you look at what God Goku's got, that spot of his passive is his damage reduction. I don't see why God Vegeta couldn't have just had, like, damage reduction or something like that, too. It actually just makes no sense. Like, God Vegeta is better than people think, but he is so, like, he's one of the most shafted units ever. This God Vegeta, I feel like. Like, just, like, him, Evolution Blue Vegeta, like, dude, they actually just go out of their way to make these Goku characters way better. Like, seriously. Like, they go very far out of their way. Alright, so look how good God Vegeta looks on this turn. 7.35, and he's guarding with 270k defense. I'm telling y'all, Ultimate Red Zone bosses couldn't kill this guy. And look at the damage he did, right? So it's like, he's got turns where he's going to look like this. But then keep in mind, next turn, one of his buffs is going to wear off. So he's not going to have this extra 77%, which is going to be an issue. So we're going to have to reapply that by getting hit. And we got to hope he's guarding again. But at the same time, he will have these turns where he just is, look how much more damage, how much harder he's hitting than God Goku in this turn, right? So it's like you have sort of this give and take. Sometimes he is actual God Vegeta, and other times he's God Vegeta, right? Like that's how this guy is. I'm just curious. So let's just stick around for a couple of turns. I'll come back on like turn 11 or 12 or something like that. And we'll see how much damage God Vegeta do, like what his attack side gets up to. We'll just see. Alright guys, so we got a pretty good turn right here. Turn 14, our boy God Vegeta has been stacking and stacking and stacking. We're at 151k defense right here, but this is without his passive activated. So we will get hit, and we're going to be able to pop it. One other thing I really should mention that I haven't talked about to this point in the video, though, that is very good. I always talk about this when they have it. God Vegeta is a TUR that gives himself ki. That does matter a lot. I'm telling y'all. When TURs that only need 12 ki to super attack are giving themselves 3 ki, it is kind of difficult for God Vegeta to miss a super attack. That's really good for him, right? Again, there's flaws to this unit, but he does have good stuff in his kit, right? He's not, like, horrible. He's good. It's just he could have easily been, like, actually like, oh my God, Vegeta, right? Like, seriously, it was right there on a platter for them to make him insane, and they're like, we'll make him pretty good. We'll make him a dirty boy, but we're not gonna make him like, that nasty. All right, so there's his passive activated right there. We don't have the guard active on this turn. So if this was Android 13, we would be dead right now. All right, let's see. 10 mil. Okay. Not bad from God Vegeta. God Vegeta can put in some work, man. There is no doubt about that, right? You're not going to be getting to this turn in the Ultimate Red Zone, but, I mean, if you're running like a full free-to-play setup, you could certainly be looking like this in like the GT Legendary Goku event or the Legendary Vegeta event or something like that. Alright, I just wanted to get a little bit more footage of God Vegeta before we finish up here. Of course, again, I've got the worst luck ever. We're not going to be able to get hit with God Vegeta in slot 1 right there, so we'll at least be able to get a lot of links activated. We're on Worthy Rival, so we're running a double 150% lead. Again, I mean, I know it's like, everyone wants to see the 200% leader skills, stuff like that, but remember, not every character is going to have access to that. There's still going to be missions for, GT Legendary Goku event and stuff like that, where you're going to be using different types of leader skills and stuff. So, it is good to see the characters, variety of different situations, with support, without support. I mean, there's a lot of links active. His attacks are not really that high right here. Again, he's generating a huge amount of power, though, from that 3-turn, like, getting hit buff, right? So, like, boom, right there, and then now he's going to be hitting just so much more harder on the next turn. I mean, even without... Well, we are going to have support from the Xeno Vegeta, but we're going to be able to see him hit just such a higher attack stat on the next turn, right? It really is a massive, massive buff, right? Like, you can't really understate how impressive like those types of abilities can be for these characters, right? Where they have a start a turn like attack and defensive buff, and then they're able to build it up if they get hit, or like it's on super, or collecting orb when attacking. One of these other like abilities that sort of like multiply into itself causes their stats to get super crazy, and that's why again, Vegeta would be so crazy if his guard was guaranteed, but what would still be just such a huge thing for him would have been if that ability was 5 turns instead of 3. I know it seems like such an insignificant difference, but it's a huge deal, right? Like, he actually would have been just way better. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what damage we get on this turn. We have Super Saiyan Prodigies, Warrior Gods, and Fierce Battle all activated. 240... Dude, his defense does get so high with that buff up, though. Like, look how high his defense is. That's very impressive. So it's like that level of defense, and let's see, does the guard proc for us right here? Let's see if the guard is up or not, right? The 50% chance that he's God. And we don't get it. So, again, but look at the way his attack stat jumped up. He's good. It's just, you going into an event with he actually can carry you or he can get you killed, right, in events. That's as simple as it gets. Alright, guys, this is Devastating Fighting Spirit of God, Super Saiyan God Vegeta. His leader skill is Super STR type Key 3 and 130% of stats. Now, I mentioned this with God Goku, but this leader skill actually is very good for Dokkan Battlefield specifically, but most EZA characters just have completely worthless leader skills. I think God Goku and God Vegeta, I'm not talking about, obviously, the Dokkan Fest TURs, right? Not their leader skills are good. But I'm just talking about, like, sort of these type of EZAs. But God Goku and God Vegeta are going to be very good in Battlefield, man. You actually can rock Vegeta as a very good leader in Battlefield. Most players do not have the 50% supports, who have the 4-key 120% leader skills. So God Vegeta is going to be very good, I think, running a Super STR team in Dokkan Battlefield. His super attack is the Big Bang attack, which greatly stacks attack, does supreme damage, and then greatly lowers enemy defense. His passive skill, Divine Pressure, gives him 3-key and 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he has a high chance, a 50% chance of guarding all attacks. You guys know how it works. When that is up, he is going to be invincible. He's going to look so good. Then he gets an additional 77% attack and defense for 3 turns after receiving an attack. It could be very easy. You could be turn 1 with this guy. He's taking 0 damage from, like, God of Destruction bosses while dishing out, like, 6 million attacks. That's turn 1. Guarding, easily. but you just need a couple of things to go your way. But again, this God Vegeta, it's easy to just call him shit compared to God Goku, but this guy does have some stuff going on. It's just that it's a bit finicky, right? You could get bad luck and he could be ass, right? Then he does have a medium chance of launching an additional super attack, so he can triple super as well, right? So it's like, if you're in the Ultimate Red Zone, you get the guard to proc, and then he triple supers with 7 million attack stats. It could be very powerful. And then the final ability really sucks. This is a great chance, a 70% chance, of stunning the attacked enemy if there's a movie boss or pure Saiyan category enemy. That is a 1-turn stun. So it's only going to last for that turn. Worthless, almost. It's good for Super Battle Road, but that's it. And it's like, these 1-turn stuns, who gives a shit? If this is, the only way you could really utilize that ability is to protect that character, right? You would do that to protect this God Vegeta if you're floating him. But if you're running him in Super Battle Road, you're probably running him under the assumption that his guard is going to be activated anyway. So it's just a worthless bullshit ability, and I don't know what they were thinking, right? I truly don't. It's like, it's just bad design. Originally, when the guy came out, it's just bad design, right? Like, they could have EZA'd him, gotten rid of that shitty stun, given him guaranteed guard, and he'd have been 80, 100 million times better. His links are Saiyan Warrior Race, Godly Power, Super Saiyan, Over in a Flash, Prodigies, Warrior Gods, and Fierce Battle. Another problem right here is the fact that this guy does not have Prepare for Battle the same way that God Goku does, right? Again, for whatever reason, they just decided to completely shaft this Vegeta compared to God Goku. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. If this God Vegeta had Prepare for Battle, he'd be even better. Because you want to know who has Prepare for Battle? The best unit in the game, the LR Gods, right? That would make this guy even better next to them. 12 Q multiplier is 140%. That's usually what these types of banner units have, so that's not really an issue. In terms of EZAs, he could be good in a lot of EZAs, potentially, if his guard activates. But there's Physical Kid Buu and the Tech Blue Vegeta and Physical Rage Trunks in particular that this God Vegeta would be really good in, right? Then as far as category teams, he is on a lot of category teams, right? He's on the Movie Hero team, which is now so good. He's on Pure Saiyans. He's on Realm of Gods, Vegeta Family, Sibling Bond, Worthy Rivals. He's on a lot of teams, dude. And a lot of these teams could potentially use him. Like, I feel like you will get good value out of this character, seriously. He's on Bond of Master and Disciple as well, which has gotten better recently. Gifted Warrior. And then, of course, he's on the Power Beyond Super Saiyan category team. So, let me know what you guys think of God Vegeta. I do think he's good enough. I am actually going to go ahead and give my boy a sticker. It is a shame, because he could have been better. He could have been a true, like, god, just a behemoth. He's good, but again, they really just could have made him better. Let me know what you guys think of God Vegeta. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.